3 months ago, I uploaded my first video on this channel, and despite my obvious lack of knowledge on how to properly EQ mic audio back then, because that video sounded like this.
When I'm making a video, there's usually certain tech that associates with
30,000 people have viewed it.
I've had videos get much more than that, and some get significantly less. So the point of this video is to go over some analytics, what I originally thought mattered in creating videos versus what actually does, what I found to be the difference between 100,000 or 100 views, my favorite shots and edits from my videos so far,
and finally what I'm optimizing and focusing on the most moving forward. And to satisfy your low attention spans, although I do feel like that people who watch my videos probably have a longer attention span than most these days especially, I'll be diving into some of my analytics first. Okay, so just about 3,300 people have decided to subscribe to me, which is awesome. So if that includes you, thank you very much. And view-wise, I've gotten just about 260,000, and about half of that was just from one video. And I'm sure by just taking a quick look at this graph here, you can probably get a pretty good guess on when I posted that video. I'm sitting just under 12,000 watch hours, which does mean that I'm eligible for monetization. In fact, my last few videos have been monetized, and I'll actually go over how much money YouTube's paid me so far at the end of this video. A lot of these stats are probably just pretty boring, so I'll go over some of the more exciting and interesting ones, like how 97.7% of people who watch my videos are not subscribed. Almost all my viewers are between 18 and 35, which is kind of interesting. I'm also in that range, so I guess that makes sense. And about 94% of my viewers are male. Now that's pretty disappointing considering I only made this channel so I could get a girlfriend. Only about 22%, that was a joke by the way. I made this channel to document my creative lifestyle, as I say in every single one of my videos. But what I was gonna say is only about 22% of my viewers are from the US, which that's actually lower than I expected. In second place, it's India at about 13%, which I guess kind of makes sense, granted there's like at least 6 or 7 people who live in that country. I think it's like 3 billion. There's quite a lot. I mean, to me, it's kind of crazy that there's people all over the world watching my videos, especially on Instagram. I get DMs from people saying they're from all these different countries, which is like, that's just so cool to me. I don't know. Now, if we sort my views from highest to lowest, we can see there's a few pretty obvious outliers here. And the one sitting at the top here, just under 140,000 views, is my video about my iPhone 11 and why I haven't upgraded it even 5 years later. And with just over 1,000 comments now, it's filled with a lot of people in a similar boat to me, just with not needing to upgrade your phone every single year. And I'll actually be talking about that in a little bit on why I think that worked. And I actually do use my iPhone 11. This is the only phone that I have. There are a few people in the comments saying like I just bought it to make a video on it or something, which is not true. I really try not to upgrade or buy anything overkill unless I really need to. Don't look at this laptop that perhaps I also made a video on. But that video is less an outlier in views and more just an outlier in my financial decisions. But to be completely fair, this is the most overkill device that I've ever owned. But I do have some other tech, like my camera, that's pretty close to overkill, and generally my camera equipment is very high quality. But a lot of people also have high quality camera equipment, so I didn't stand out in that way that I thought I would. And regardless, most people wouldn't just watch a video because it's high quality. You kind of need to offer something more. What I found to matter the most is topic selection. The videos lower on my view list here, I've spent equal, if not more time on, which does kind of suck, but it does also prove that production quality is just the cherry on top. At the core of every video is an idea, and if you can't find a way to make that idea interesting, no one's gonna care or watch. Like, think of yourself scrolling. If you scroll through videos, you don't know if someone spent 10 hours or 1,000 hours on it. If the video's not interesting, you're not gonna watch it. But what I found to be kind of the difference between 100 views or over 100,000 views is finding a broad audience that is still specific enough where the idea can kind of apply to everyone's life. So back to my most viewed video here, it's about an iPhone, which almost everyone has a phone. A lot of people have an iPhone, and a lot of people still are on an older generation of one. And although specifically in this video I'm talking about an iPhone 11, you don't actually have to have an iPhone 11 to relate with the general idea I'm talking about of not needing to upgrade every single year. But if we kind of compare that to my least viewed video, which is called Finding Balance as a New Creator. Now, not everyone is a creator, not everyone is a new creator, and frankly, it doesn't really pose any kind of value of why someone else should care about it. And I mean, generally, no one is ever obligated to watch your videos. You should never think that, especially when it's just 10 minutes of me blabbering about how I'm struggling finding my way of creating videos. Like, no one cares. I don't even care anymore. I'm gonna delete this video. Actually, I probably won't delete it, but you get the point. And after I posted my now second lowest viewed video called Create What You Care About, which is still one of my favorites, it kind of reminded me of this general YouTube rule that they don't watch if they don't click. Now, I obviously put a lot of effort into this video, but I ended up putting it into the wrong places. Frankly, it's just a terrible title and thumbnail concept. It just doesn't create any kind of intrigue or interest in the topic I'm talking about. What is interesting though is this video actually had my highest average view percentage. At one point it was even at 42%. So the people that do watch it are ending up watching most of it. Something that I'm definitely paying a lot more attention to is the way I position myself. I mean, not that type of positioning, although I do pay attention to where I am in frame. For example, in my past videos where I'm talking about how to become a creator, half of it is just me mentioning that I'm new to it and I haven't had it figured out yet. Now, why in the world as a viewer would you choose to watch that over someone who has been in the game being a creator for a long time? It just doesn't make sense for me to make videos talking about things that I'm still new to. But if I made videos on something like editing, which I am not new to, I think I could provide a lot more value there. Also because I have the achievements and the career to back up everything that I say, that I in fact do know what I'm talking about. But I do think that I'm in the position where I can give value about editing, so I actually plan on making a few videos about that pretty soon. I'd say that the biggest thing that I was, and I guess still kind of am, struggling with is trying to find the right format. Like, I love tech videos, I like the more vlog lifestyle type of video, and I also love the video essay style of video, despite them getting less views. So instead of posting videos in all of those styles, I want to try to bring them all together in one style. So maybe something like putting more cinematic shots into the kind of already popular lifestyle tech niche. I guess it's kind of like that cinevlog style video that's been pretty popular lately, except maybe most of the time it's geared towards tech. But either way, no matter what the topic of the video is, it's going to be under that kind of consistent style. So it's kind of what I'm moving towards in terms of the future. But on the same topic of the future, I can't believe that at this point, I have not posted any video on any other platform. Specifically, Instagram is what I want to start to post on. And to be completely honest, the main reason I haven't is the fear of people I went to school with finding it. But that is a sorry excuse, and that will change. So I plan on making a few short form series for Instagram and YouTube. I want to make one about my editing knowledge, like I mentioned, but I do want to make an Instagram exclusive series, kind of just where I show the behind the scenes of my creator journey. I tried to post a few on YouTube that just did not do well, but I'm gonna call it my creator journal. This style of video tends to do better on Instagram rather than YouTube, so I feel like it's the perfect spot for it. And for long form, I do want to start up like a proper vlog where I choose a topic per video, and specifically it's a topic that can relate into either something current in my life or some event or day in my life that's different. And that could be tech related or it could just be life related. And that also means that I hopefully will take things outside of just my living room. I love the idea of having plans where a specific idea or topic can be directly applied to it, metaphorically or not. And I have a camera. I mean, actually 2 of them. And I love when you can just record a bunch of different things and then the story kind of just finds itself. I mean, to me, that's just the magic of video. So I want to take advantage of that. So that's what I'm focusing on as far as the future. But selfishly, I do want to show off some of my favorite edits and shots so far from my past videos. So in my first video is about a refurbished iPad that I bought, and along with it I bought this Apple Pencil. So I did this cool little throw it in the air and it falls back into my other hand little effect. This is my video about choosing the best editing software, and I just wanted to throw in this cool effect of where I had the softwares I was picking from just display in my eyes as I was trying to, see which one I was gonna choose. I have 2 effects that I liked from this video, which is my 3-year review on my M1 MacBook before I upgraded to this. This one, the camera just kind of glitches in. I'll replay that again. Just a very subtle effect. And the next one's because I experienced a little bit of lag with the laptop, so I decided to put the spinning beach balls of death, which is the, the Mac classic, right into my eyes there. I don't know why I like putting things in my eyes. This is in my Create What You Care About video. I pretty much screen recorded doom scrolling through a few different short form platforms, and I had it spinning around my head in 3D space. Now this one is from the iPhone video that did well, and it's less of like a editing effect and more of a practical one. I plugged in the iPhone and it was like mid-recording. I did it the first time. I'm like, oh, when you plug it in, it turns the screen on. I'm like, I think I could probably use that as a nice transition. So this video, I talked about my digital organization. I pretty much renamed a bunch of folders. So I had to expand out in sync with the voiceover, which again, I think it's a nice little integration, if I do say so myself. This is a video where I made my own font, and this is a nice little shot I got with a magic arm, and I attached the camera to the pen so it kind of looks like it's like tracking it. And then right here, this bottom part is it's a font, it's a text style that I added in editing. And I just think it's cool, the comparison to my real handwriting to my handwriting that I transformed into a font. It's just like a proof of concept. It showed that it actually in fact worked. I thought this was cool in the video where I was talking about just starting first and then you learn everything as you go. I talked about I didn't want to start because I was kicking the can down the road, so I made it literal. And then kind of the last shot, the intro sequence is the can rolling. I stop it and I pick it up and drink out of it, which if you think about it metaphorically, I stopped kicking the can down the road. Now, out of all of those videos, all of those hours, I made some money. Let's just say I can buy a few things, like maybe a few cups of boba tea, and maybe even, dare I say, a water bottle at the movie theater, which I'm sure definitely adds up to the $104.99 that I have earned through only YouTube AdSense. But like I said at the beginning, it really hasn't been that long since I've been monetized. It's been way less than a month, and only the past 4 videos I've actually put ads on. I've actually had a few companies reach out for like a collaboration, as in they just send me the product and then I talk about it in a video, but until I actually know exactly what audience I'm attracting, I decline them all. I actually do think that sponsors are not only great for creators, but they can also be great for the audience. Like personally, I would actually love to be the connection point between a good product and then the audience that can genuinely benefit from that product. I mean, in that case, literally everyone wins. But until I know that that's for sure the case, I'm gonna be holding off. But I do wanna say thank you to those who've decided that they do wanna follow along for my creative journey so far. I can say that I'm pretty interested to see where this all goes in terms of social media and YouTube, but either way, thank you for watching.